What's good? It's Jimmypocketts. Today we're going over last week's sessions. For those of you that haven't been watching these past few vlogs, we've been on a bit of a heater, winning 7 sessions in a row. My bankroll pretty much doubled, but sadly, that all comes to an end today. I knew the loss was coming. We can't just book win after win forever. Even though we book a loss, it was still a profitable week. We played on Sunday, Thursday, and Friday. Let's get into hand number 1. We hop into 1-3 for the max 500 and look down at ace-10 offsuit in the big blind. The button straddle is on, so the small blind is first to act. The small blind makes it 15, a little bit on the low side with the straddle on. I was going to raise the 25 myself, but since he raised first, I just called. The low jack calls, and he has a monster stack. He's sitting around 1,500 effective. Mind you, the max buy-in for this game is 500, so he's up big right now. We head to the flop 3 ways of 2, 3, 5. Small blind checks. I decided to check it over to the low jack. He bets out 45. Small blind gets out the way. I've been at the table for about 10-15 minutes now, and I picked up that the low jack player is very aggressive. So I called thinking my 2 overs might be good here. The turn is the king of clubs. I check it over to him. He doesn't like this card and checks it back. The river is the ace of diamonds. We hit top pair. When he checks the turn like that, it makes me think he tried to steal the pot on the flop, and he doesn't really have much here. I know there's 4 to a straight on the board, but I really can't put him on having a 4 here, so I bet out 60. He thinks for a little over 30 seconds before he calls, which makes me think I'm good. I show it, and he shows 4-5 offsuit for the straight. We lose this one, and the guy next to me gets a kick out of that. He then tells me that low jack player he's been running pure all night. About half hour later, we get dealt pocket 8s. I raise a 15 in middle position, the button, small blind, and the big blind call. We go to flop 4 ways of king, 5, 2 with 2 diamonds. It checks all the way through. I decided not to c-bet this flop because I didn't think it was a good spot to try and bluff in the 3 players. The turn is the 8 of hearts. We have a set. The small blind bets out 15 and the button calls. I 3-bet him to 45 and only the button calls. The river is a 5 pair in the board. We boat up. He checks it to me. I announce a bet of 80 and he folds while I'm counting the chips before I even get the bet out there. We take it down. Next we get dealt ace-king offsuit under the gun. I make it 15 and the hijack 3-bets me to 60. He's the same player from the first hand with the monster stack. It folds to me and I just call it. Looking back on this, I really need to work on putting in 4 bets and stop playing scared. We go to flop heads up of jack, 4, 10, all diamonds. In the moment, I didn't want to re-peek my cards to see if I had a diamond because I don't want to give off a tell, but I'm pretty sure at least one of these were a diamond. I just forgot which one. I check it over to him. He checks it back. The turn is the queen of hearts. Now we have a straight and a flush draw, so I bet out 60. He calls pretty quickly. The river is a brick, the 7 of spades. I don't think he's slow playing a flop flush. I bet out for about half pot of 120. He calls fast again. I show the straight. We're good. We take it down. He exposes ace queen for a turn top. I probably missed out on some value by not 4-betting him. Last hand of the first session. We play 2 more days after this session this week though. We get dealt king 10 offsuit in the cutoff. I make it to 15. 2 limpers, under the gun, and middle position call. We're 3 ways. The flop comes ace, jack, 9. They check it to me, and I c-bet for 15, and only the under the gun calls. Heads up now, the turn is the queen. We hit the straight. I bet out 30, and he unfortunately folds. We take it down. We were in for 500, out for 806. We profited 306. We play at my friend's home game after that, and this is when we book a loss ending the win streak. Follow my Instagram in the description if you want to see day-to-day updates like this. The next session, the table was very nitty. I only sat for about 2.5 hours. These OMCs were folding when I was making big hands and min clicking me up when I was bluffing. I just couldn't get much going. For example, I raised 15 with pocket 7s in middle position and only the big blind called. We're heads up. Flop comes king, king, 6. She checks it to me. I see bet for 15 and take it down. Or when I raised ace-5 of diamonds in middle position and only the button called. We're heads up, flop comes 10-6-4 all diamonds. We hit the ace-high flush. I see bet for 15 and took it down. You get the picture. That session was pretty uneventful. Money was not moving around on that table. Not every day is action-packed, but we did book a small profit of $39. Overall, it was a profitable week. We won 39 on Thursday, lost 50 on Friday, and won 306 on Sunday. This is just what I needed to give my bankroll a little extra cushion because we'll be going out to Vegas in 2 weeks. That's it for today, though. I'll see you guys on the next one.